All right, so it's time for me to be the bearer of bad news. And pretty much the one thing that people have been complaining about lately is that seemingly the new Demon King Meliodas banner, you can't get Meliodas on the 300 and 600 mileage. Now, if you can read this clearly, okay, it says heroes with a initial UR rating will not appear in 300 and 600 mileage rewards. And then they say anything about like Demon King Meliodas will probably reappear in the future, all that good stuff. And a lot of people are a little bit confused about this because there have been banners where there are characters who are UR and they start off with this. But the thing with this is that even with the JP players, they are pretty much saying the same thing what I've said, where you can't get the 300 and 600 mileage. We got this JP player right here who's pretty popular in the community. He said this is the gacha lineup. If you read the notes, it seems that the new character Meliodas will not be eligible for mileage rewards of 300 and 600. So please be careful. It can only be obtained through the regular gacha or ceiling 900 mileage reward. Now again, a lot of people calling me a liar. Probably said I had like mistranslation. No, okay. You won't be able to get Meliodas on 300 and 600. You can only get it if you pulled him randomly or on the 900 mileage. Now again, for some people, all right, looking at the comments, it doesn't seem like it's a big issue for a lot of players. Some people are calling it pretty trash and stuff like that, because it is kind of a little bit whaley, because sometimes you do get lucky and do pull the newer festival on those 300, 600 mileage. Again, it is a very slim chance, but again, it is a possibility. So for them to pretty much take that possibility away, again, it does make it feel like a nerf a bit. Because I've been reading some of the comments on this, and then, you know, people pretty much been saying like, yo, it's okay because I don't even get anything on the 300, 600 anyways. And I guess some people are that terrible with luck where they don't get anything. I've had plenty of banners where I 6-6 like first rotation because of those 300, 600 mileage banners just giving me that festival, which has just been like super clutch. Or I've had moments where I pretty much don't get anything until the mileage. It's a little bit tricky sometimes. Obviously, it all plays on like your luck and stuff like that. You guys can tell me in the comments how you feel about that. But again, you will not be able to get the Meliodas on the 300, 600 mileage. I kind of forget what was the quotes on here. Oh, we got Seeden with the video.
Stop being peasants. That's right. If you stop being poor, you can summon on every banner.
Let me lower it a little bit.
Get rich and stop crying. And I've come up with a fantastic.
Oh my god, nah, see, this is such a troll. Yeah, it is a bad thing because this means that pretty much in the future they'll probably do the same thing. Again, it just makes it very hard for you to get the character. I don't know why they did that. Like again, if you look at the banner, again, the original translation is basically, it says, you know, it says initial UR rating, but basically it means like base UR rating, which if you look at the banner, which again, it is a really good banner. Pretty much the only base UR is Meliodas, where he'll start off, if you pull him, he'll be level 1 UR. So he basically does not have an SSR outfit at all. So that means you still can have the possibility of getting like a festival or these other characters in there. It's just that base UR Meliodas will not be on that 300 or 600 mileage. I know it's kind of a little bit weird. Again, the banner is pretty stacked where you have all these other level 100 characters who are very hard to pull. Like these are very seasonal characters that you rarely see on banners. So all you have to do is just pretty much give them SA6. Now in terms of festivals, they are regular SSR. So you still have to put in some Super Awakening and stuff like that. But I believe there's a coin that will level 90 them pretty easily that they added into the shop. So that's one issue. There's also another issue with in terms of the new Ultra Awakening. Well, the true name is True Awakening. I just call it Ultra Awakening because it sounds cooler. Like True Awakening sounds like sounds iffy. Again, that's where you have like you use like 10 LR coins, 3 of the new True Awakening coin, and then 100 of the materials that you will get from the Demon King Deathmatch. And that again is another CC jump. As you can see, they have added more improvements to the box CC. because there are players who are super whales who do have 17 mil box CC. I've seen like a Korean player have like 17 mil box CC. That's where you have like every character level 100, SA6, UR geared and stuff like that. So again, it's just another CC jump. I kind of hate those type of thing where it's a CC jump. Let me see if I can do I have it somewhere? Yeah, because like, you know, people like my boy Speedy coming out of retirement just asks about the awakening system when he knows people hate the awakening system, because what, if I'm not mistaken, it gives you like a little bit of CC, like it gives you like 1000 is this HP or something? Might be HP, and then 10% of the newer stat decrease. Like it's just a new stat thing where you, it's like you decrease the damage, which again, I just hate systems like this because it's been 5 freaking systems in a row where we don't want this. You know what we want? Buff older characters, because no, like this system doesn't do anything, because at the end of the day, you're gonna eventually true awaken most of these characters, and all it's gonna do is just balance it out. The only true advantage it gives is that early whales who probably have a bigger stack account is probably gonna have the true awaken a lot faster, which means they're gonna have a lot better team, higher CC, get this new stat thing, which is that 10% stat decreasing thing, and it's gonna make it a little bit harder to play PvP, where it's already like super whaley. You got the new box CC improvement thing where now you have a chance to get even more box CC, and I think you also get more GP, because I think they now added where if you have like SSR outfits, you now get GP for that. So that's even more GP going to the constellation, and nobody be asking for this. All we ask is just that you buff older characters, because at the end of the day, the True Awakening doesn't do anything but just gives higher CC for the whales at the beginning, because at the end of the day, it's gonna even out, and then those same characters are gonna still get outlasted, because again, these characters are gonna probably be outdated for the newer characters that are gonna come out in the future, and it still is gonna be where you have the trash older characters still be on the bottom, not being used, and eventually the characters gonna keep being unused, unless maybe they get the LR. But the way they've been making LRs is, how many LRs have been this year? Like probably 4 or 5. 4 or 5. We have 200 plus characters, okay? And they still added more, because again, they added seasonals as well. We have 200 plus characters, and you're doing like 4 or 5 a year, okay? Can you do something where you can make these older characters usable? Like, I don't care, give a buff system to PvP or something, man, where you have these unusable characters, because I know y'all got probably the probability of what characters unused and stuff like that, because we've seen with the chaos mode, you have the probability, and try to buff some of these character stats a little bit where they can at least be usable. Like, I'm not saying like improve on their cards or whatnot, but at least give them some stats where they can at least tank a hit, okay? Because some of these characters have like 0% crit resistance, 0% resistance, okay? Just give like a little bit of a stat buff or something. Or make it so like it's not the same goddamn meta over and over and over, and the only thing that can change it is another festival coming next that's gonna outlast the next festival, and then it's gonna be the same thing over and over and over. It's getting played out. Again, unfortunately, grandcross has the beautiful thing as being one of the better games in terms of turn-based. That is anime related, of course. I'm pretty sure there's like Black Clover that is turn-based. There's Honkai Star Rails, which is turn-based and anime-like. But again, it's still like they're all different categories, because freaking Black Clover doesn't even have real-time PvP yet. They have like friend mode on JP, I think, where you can only battle your friend in real time. So grandcross is in its own category where they are monopolizing the fact that there's no competition. And then we're eventually about to get Origins, which will be pretty much probably the grandcross killer of themselves, because you're gonna be comparing yourself against, do I want the older SDS game or do I want the newer one, which is supposed to be like what the sequel of 2 grandcross technically, or SDS, because they're using the same assets, right? So it's gonna be technically like the sequel. Obviously, grandcross does his own thing with the original characters being the Ragnarok story, Catastrophe. But come on, man, like, buff older characters, golly, do something with the older characters. Like, nowadays, this Demon King Meliodas is about to outlast freaking Purgatory Meliodas. Purgatory Meliodas is now trash now. Like, Purgatory Melody is now trash now. The new Elizabeth just outlasts all the other Elizabeth now. Now the other light Elizabeths is like trash now. Like, we over here still trying to wait for an LR for old light Elizabeth. Like, what the heck? It's just pretty funny and wacky. Again, like, adding a new freaking awake system, again, it's not a bad thing, because at the end of the day, it's still gonna be a wait time unless they put like a pack at the end of the month where you're gonna be getting some of the resources that you get from Demon King right here, because this is where you're gonna get the awakening materials if you beat Demon King. But again, I'm pretty sure this mode is gonna be super hard, where you get the hell mode where you're gonna get more rewards, which means faster of clearing, not clearing, but faster of getting the true awakening materials, so you can true awaken your characters. But again, at the end of the day, like, because Relics not helping, man. I know Relics is sometimes they do like wonders for older characters, but the only true Relic I've seen like help out an old character is like Nanashi, bro. Nanashi, really. At the end of the day. And that's because they gave him an insane freaking stat buff, okay? 30% base stats. Unless you about to give everybody else 30% base stats for doing pretty much nothing, your Relic's not doing much. I mean, I like Monspeed, low-key. I like Monspeed, but come on, man. This is Monspeed. At the end of the day, he's gonna get like outlasted. You're not really gonna try to build him. But he's a pretty cool relic. At the end of the day, he's a cool relic. I like it. Too bad it's on Monspeed, who was an old character, which means his stats suck. But yeah, that's the end of the day, man. I know I'm doing a lot of rambling. Tell me how you feel about pretty much Meliodas not being on the banner. Not the banner, but the 300-600 mileage. And the new awakening system. The new awakening system, which is just another CC jump for whales. Because I'm pretty sure a lot of the whales lately, they haven't had much to do but build like 30 more Guild Wars sets that they can just, I don't know, troll with. Like, I know some whales who have like 20 Meliodas sets used for like links and stuff. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I'm definitely gonna be summoning on the banner because I'm gonna showcase Meliodas. Don't I always? I still got like 700 gems. But hopefully you guys enjoy. This really, guys, I'm out. Peace.